Okay, good afternoon. It is April 21st, and I'm outside. I'm going to be doing some painting of the weather. Let me show you what we got going on over here. I had some really dark clouds come out through here earlier, and I wanted to paint the weather, so didn't quite know what I wanted to paint today, so I figured I'd get out here and paint some clouds and see how the weather goes. If it starts to rain, I might go back in. But setup, got a simple set of watercolors, half sheet watercolor paper, and let's do this. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'm putting in some guidelines with some pencil, just keeping it simple. And then I'm starting on the clouds, which is a mixture of cobalt blue and pyrrole red. Laying in the deep, rich shadow color, and then I'm using a wet brush to thin it out and soften it to give the looks of clouds. And just kind of adding it in as I add them in as I see them. Keeping it simple. I'm still getting used to the GoPro and filming and stuff like that, and I saw that my video was a little rocky, so I figured I'd finish videotaping this with a tripod. Hopefully it's a little easier, not so hard on the body. Right now I'm putting in a wash of phthalo blue for the sky, and I'm going to gradient that down into cobalt teal. Give it a good variation, just simply just getting it in there and in between the different spots in the clouds, and getting ready for the mountains. I'm laying down my board, and I'm putting in a wash of purple, and then I'm going to lay in a juicy wet wash of brown, which will push back the pigment and create a really awesome illusion. Just keeping it simple and laying in the foreground colors to keep it wet, because I want to keep it start the illusion for the trees after I get the shadow in for the mountains. And then now I'm putting in the trees and just letting that pigment bloom as it does. It kind of gives the illusion of very soft trees. I really like that. And then working on the sagebrush, very simple and basic, and just trying to get a simple illusions of what I'm seeing. I do take this into the studio and fix it up just a little bit, so this isn't the final piece, but I figured it's not really worth watching all my fixings up. So that's basically what I've got, and I really like the way it turned out. With a couple of fixes, I think it worked out pretty good. Okay, FYI, as you can see, I'm wearing white. Good, there's a little bit of blue there. As you guys know, with this whole coronavirus, the COVID-19 nonsense going on, there's a lack of paper towels and toilet paper and all other paper products. And I thought maybe what I could do is, I found some clothes that were on clearance, and I thought instead of wiping my brush off on my paper towels and my rags, I'd use my clothes and see how colorful my clothes get. Granted, being out here in the dirt is not really a good thing, but I didn't really know what to paint today, so I was kind of inspired by the clouds. I love clouds. But yeah, this is an experiment to paint in white clothes and wipe my brush off on it and see how colorful it gets with the quote-unquote white canvas, and we'll see how it goes. I got my first bit of blue right there, and then I've got some on my pants right there for the blue wash, so I think I've got a good start. We'll see how my clothes progress. Normally I don't really use a lot of paper towels. I usually use like old t-shirts or washcloths for a lot of different things, but I don't know, it's just an idea that just kind of came to my head.
So we'll see how things turn out. Okay, so we finished the painting. Let's see how it turned out. What I was trying to capture was the really cloudy atmosphere with all the different layers of clouds, and how down here it's a little darker and then it just gets kind of lighter and just more fluffier and separated apart. And the light on the mountainside that was peeking into the clouds. I like how I was able to kind of push that pigment back with the water and give that illusion. To me, that's what the sun was doing, was pushing back the dark shadows, and that's where you get your purples. Next thing I love how this turned out. This really rich, dark tree type color. I redid the front a little bit just to give it some more variety so it didn't seem so lost in there, and I think it turned out pretty good. All in all, I liked it, had fun, enjoyed myself, and so we'll see you in the next adventure. Bye, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit that one out.